guys, it's Agnes at momcando.com. Today another series on ACCA matters, and I hope you find this one very informative because I tell you one thing, when I qualified as ACCA member, I thought my all worries are gone, and guess what? That's not the case. Because once you become ACCA qualified, you still have to keep doing things in order to keep your knowledge up to date and also to keep your membership going, because this is an actual requirement of ACCA. Congratulations! You are now officially fully qualified member of ACCA. Well done on you! So what's next? You think you're just gonna forget all about exams and all the studies and everything you've done, just get on with your life and that's it? Well, no, that's not the case, and I'm gonna tell you what else you need to do once you're a fully qualified member of ACCA. So once you qualify and become ACCA member, there are a few things that you still need to be doing in order to keep your knowledge up to date, and they are called CPD, otherwise known as Continuous Professional Development. So being a member of ACCA means you have to stay up to date with the relevant knowledge. If you're an active member, which means you're practicing as an ACCA qualified and you're paying subscription, you need to be doing CPDs in order to carry on with your membership. In this video, I'm going to tell you about what's required, when is it due, that everyone has to do it, and how to do it. I will also give you an insight on the very important resources, so stay tuned till the end. So the year in which you receive your ACCA certificate is the year where you don't actually have to do any CPD. If you just had your results and you have qualified as an ACCA member and you have received your certification, you will not have to do your CPD up until next year. So from 2022 is when you're gonna have to start building up your CPDs and submit them at the end of the 2022. As I have qualified in July 2019, I had to do my CPD in December 2020 because I've only just qualified in July 2019. So in 2019 I didn't have to do it. I was allowed to carry that forward, to carry the knowledge because it was still kind of relevant, but I had to start filling up my CPDs from January 2020 to December 2020, and 31st December was the deadline. But everything is laid down in my ACCA, so once you log on to my ACCA, it will tell you all the relevant dates. So you wonder what's required, what do you really need to do? So you are required to fill 40 units of CPD. Now the unit is like an hour of studies or an hour of training that you do towards your CPDs. So you need to fill in 40 units and 21 of them will be verifiable. What means verifiable, you ask? Verifiable means proven. So you would have to provide an evidence that you have attended some kind of training, some kind of course, or give some kind of evidence that you have actually done an hour, 2, or however many units you're claiming of those studies to keep your knowledge up to date. So the next question was everyone required to do it? Yes, if you are active member of ACCA, you do have to do it. However, there will be few exemptions, and everything is stated on ACCA website. So once you log on to ACCA and go into the section which talks about CPDs, you will be able to confirm whether you actually need it or not. But normally, if you're an active member and you work and you practice ACCA and you use the letters after your name and you're paying your membership, you do have to fill them in every single year without exemptions. So according to ACCA, there are 4 different routes that you can complete or approach your CPDs. And one of them would be the unit route, which I just talked about, where you have to do 40 units of CPD. The other one is unit route for part-time or semi-retired. So say you're no longer practicing or you're just working part-time because you're nearly retired, this is what you would do. There is also ACCA approved employer route and IFAC body route. The ACCA approved employer route is when you're working in a place which is approved for ACCA. So that means they follow certain rules in order to let you continue your professional development, and they will be training you as you go along to make sure that your knowledge stays up to date. So what really do you need to do? So each year you should identify areas for development and do CPD that helps you meet your development needs to ensure your skills and knowledge are up to date. Keep a record as each year you will need to demonstrate what CPD you have done. We call this your annual CPD declaration. And how is this done? This is done through CPD Declaration, which you can find on My ACCA. Once you log in, you actually fill in the declaration that you have indeed completed what's required for CPD. By the way, there are CPD requirements for those that work in the practice, so there are additional CPD requirements for members who work in practice, and you can find out more information what you need to do in the CPD practicing members section on ACCA website. So now let me show you how to do it. So I'm going to take you now onto my computer and show you how to fill those in, and also how did I do mine last year.
So this is my ACCA dashboard. Once you log in, you need to go scroll down and find record your CPD evidence. This should take you now to another CPD evidence page where you record your CPD. And in here you will see that for the last year I have filled in 40 units, out of which 25 was verifiable. And this is how you just fill it in. You put activities, dates, units, and also you can view each and every single one and amend it if you wanted to. So that's inside each of them. And you need to put the description, provided by whom, why did you choose this activity, how is it relevant to you, the dates, and how many units, and what kind of evidence can you provide. So I will now take you to a fresh page in which you will see how would you select or how would you record brand new one. So in here you would have to select a new one. In the description, you would have to just describe what kind of activity have you taken, or what kind of title of the training you have taken, who was it provided by. So perhaps it would have been provided by ACCA or any other coach or course provider. Why did you choose this activity and how it is relevant to you. In here you have to just explain what have you learned from it and how is this going to be relevant to you, because only then it actually qualifies as CPD. As to a date, obviously you put the date, where from and when to have you attended the course or the training. Units is obviously how many units, how many hours have you spent doing it, and whether any of them would be verifiable. And why did you learn and how did you or will you apply it. So this is when you actually say how is this going to be applied in your life or in your profession or professional career. So you need to say that this was useful because, or I'm going to apply it in this way. And as a supporting evidence, you either provide certificate or some kind of evidence that you have completed this activity. After you fill this in, you're obviously going to have to save it. And there it go. You've got your first training saved up, which you can always view and amend. And this will be actually recording as you go along.
What you gotta remember is that everyone's CPD route will be different, as everyone's ACCA journey was different. Everyone comes from different circumstances, work in different environments, and my CPD would never be the same as yours. So you have to remember that if I've done something one way and I'm telling you about it, that's not to say that you have to do it the same way. Because I work in a place where I haven't got any training provided or anyone showing me things, I have to make sure that I go along my own way and make sure that I find trainings and I find things on the website and do my own research on how I can gain my CPDs. So perhaps if you're one of people like me where you work perhaps for a small place or small employer who cannot provide you with a training, this video would be probably most helpful for you. On the ACCA website you can see a link where it says plan, do, review, the CPD Cycle so called. They tell you about how you should plan for your CPD, how you need to do them, and then how you review them in order to make sure that you stay on top of it. They don't ever want you to stop learning. They want you to continuously stay on top of the knowledge to make sure you have the most benefits from it as well. Now, as promised at the beginning of this video, I want to tell you a little bit more about CPD Resources, because there are many free available resources that you can access, and this section of this video will tell you a little bit more about them. So let's begin with ACCA website. On the ACCA website you can find a whole lot of CPD resources, and if you go to a members section of the ACCA website, and inside you will find find CPD Resources. Now, CPD Resources on ACCA website is a place where I found 80% of CPD that I have actually done through ACCA website. The rest of it is kind of my own reading and things that I found outside the website. But other than that, I have guided myself with ACCA website because they have so much on their website that you don't really have to look anywhere else. Now, some of them that you find on their website are provided by third parties, but they are recommended by ACCA. And because you are ACCA member, you are sort of getting discounted prices on those as well. Now, some can be very expensive. I wouldn't recommend you going through that route because you can actually find a lot on their website that you can do for free. So only those units that you have got left with to fill in, I would then recommend perhaps go and get the paid ones. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And if you do have any questions, please don't forget to leave them in the comments below. Please also don't forget to give me a like, subscribe and press the notification bell so that you're notified when my next video comes up. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you soon. Take care.